Hello, hello.
Hey, Fran.
Hey,
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us on.
I'm doing all right. It is a happy Tuesday. You guys, thank you for making the time out on a Tuesday night. It is a rare moment for us, but we now are available for nationwide broadcasting, and you guys are a part of that.
excellent.
It's awesome. You can be hit. You're being seen in multiple states. Through World Metal Scene. And that's everywhere. Technically, of course, YouTube, our Facebook, my personal Facebook, multiple Facebooks. We're just all over the place. And this is really cool. So everyone gets to meet you guys, check you out, check out your latest single, see what you're about.
And we're really
Awesome.
excited about that thing. Yeah, and the multiple states thing, thanks. That doesn't help my being nervous at all.
I promise you, you're not going to see a thing. Yeah, they'll see everything. Don't worry. No, you'll be totally fine, sweetheart. So, as everyone knows, I'm Fran LaSavage, Savage Ladies of Metal. Would you like to introduce yourselves, who you are, what you're about, what you play?
Oh, sure. I'm Stephanie Jennings. I'm front woman and lead vocalist and songwriter for Solar. Brad?
Yeah, I'm Brad Jennings, and I am the guitar player and also a background vocalist, sometimes lead vocalist when she gives me a slot, for Solar and songwriter.
Nice.
Perfect. I am Donovan. I play the drums, and that's all I'm able to do. So
Okay, that's what we
I'm
need.
sorry, all the drummers do the same damn thing. You guys crack me up. Like, I play drums. That's about it.
And I am Larry Williams, and I am the bassist for Solar.
And what's up, guys? And you guys are Solar, and you're from right here in Illinois.
Right here in
Yeah.
Rockford. Yeah, we've only been here in Rockford for a few years now.
Really? Okay.
Solar started in Minnesota, Mankato, Minnesota, and we were out in California for a while, came back to Illinois. And so we've just kind of been still building a network here in Rockford.
And how do you like it?
We love it. The music scene is so incredibly supportive.
Yeah, it's
especially
definitely it's popping.
Especially the original metal scene, particularly being one of the very few women that is in this scene. The support has been wonderful. And we've been reaping those benefits over the last few years that we've been playing more and more in Momentum and the shows and we're going to be having our 4th album by the end of the year. And so we just keep going.
And that's the way you got to do it. Just keep pushing, And the fact that you are one of the few female fronted vocalist bands, in Rockford, that's really cool. And you guys are kind of known in the area. You've been in the general Midwest, obviously,
Yes.
for some time now, and you guys are actually celebrating your anniversary.
Yes, Solar has been Solar 20 years. Brad, you want to kind of give some background how we started?
Yeah. This band actually started in Mankato, Minnesota in 2003. I moved there. We had played in a band in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Stephanie and I. That's where we met. And then I moved to Minnesota before she could move with me. Started a band with gentleman David Hannell, who was our original bass player. And so, we started in 2003, had one gig without Stephanie as the singer. I was the lead singer.
And that was one too many.
And
that was one too many.
One too many for everybody.
Yeah, that was one too many gigs without her.
Fran, he continues to remind me I am not a founding member of Solar. Thank you.
That's right. She's not. No, I'm kidding.
You're not. Hey, I want to say, Philip says better to not let the drummers talk. Well, shit.
Yes.
Right.
That's
The way the
awesome.
rhythm section's
He's
usually
cool.
handled. We just stay in the background. We just stay quiet.
They're not paid to talk. They're paid to play.
That's too funny.
We
Let's see, we
paid?
got,
Did we get paid? What?
We got Mona, merchant crew here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick shout out. Our merchant crew, we can't do a lot of this without them. Mona and Robin and Kristen Forward, I don't know if she's on, but they're the lead for doing all of our crew and merchandising at every show.
And Brad and Tom.
Tom and Brad Forwarda, they mostly are our roadies. Shannon, Larry's wife Shannon, she does a lot of the door and the merch as well. So without the Solar crew, we have to do a lot ourselves. I can't carry anything.
It's a lot for one person or one band to take on. You got to have a lot of help. I know this. Trust me. It's a lot of work, and I can imagine at your level, I mean, you guys do a lot that I've never done. I can't imagine, but I've seen it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot for the production. Behind the scenes, everything is about the song. It's not about us individually. It's about the song structure. It's always about what we want to do, the songs that we put out. But when we get on stage, we entertain for an audience, and so we do a lot of production. We talk about and even practice particular stage moves. We make sure things are tight, and we practice intros and outros, one song into the next, to make sure there's no dead air. So there's a lot that goes into that behind the scenes, and we couldn't appreciate our Solar merch and crew that help us put things on off stage, get things set up, and really we have, you don't know me, Fran, but very type A. I mean, we have meetings, we have to have merch meetings, and so they all know on here that are listening in.
I think one thing, just to kind of piggyback on what Steph said, it's very, very important to us that, yes, this is our music. We're very proud of it. We love it, but we are entertainers. When you come out to see a live band, it's live entertainment. So we are very focused on that. We don't stand around between songs. There's not dead air. We don't just stand like lumps. We go for it. We hammer song after song after song.
And I can't just stand there.
I'd go nuts. Yeah, I'd have to move.
And I have been known to put myself in the emergency room after a show.
Yeah,
okay, now I'm going to ask questions on this. I'm going to ask. What did you do?
Let's share that story. That was out in Wonder Lake. We
played. Story time.
Yeah. Third song to the end of the set, I was headbanging pretty hard, and I just got super dizzy. Tried shaking it off. I played through the rest of the set, but it was all I can do afterwards, just to sit down to try to compose myself.
So you just sat and played dizzy.
Oh yeah, I ended up going to the emergency room.
I'm sure you're not the first.
I sat in the emergency room for about 4 hours that night trying to do all kinds of tests and everything else. The doctors thought I had a stroke. Oh yeah,
to be honest, Donovan and I were both saying, if this is just Larry's way of getting out of loading out the gear. So
Don says you guys, no, not Don. Jerry says you guys scared them.
Yeah, Jerry and his wife Heather were at that show, and we all kind of huddled around Larry.
How long did you play with an injured head? I mean, like dizzy, How long were you playing for?
It was the last three and a half songs, so probably 15, almost 20 minutes before I was able to fall back on the drum riser, and I think they pretty much had the stage cleared off before I was able to halfway stand up and move. Yeah,
right.
We were cool about it. We gave you a week till the next show.
Yeah. I mean, I went and seen Testament like 4 days later and had to wear sunglasses and earmuffs. So yeah,
that's what I would do. My stubborn ass. I'm gonna go down marching again.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all your screws are a little tightened up again.
Sometimes you need to rattle them around a little more,
Sometimes it's okay to lose a screw or two. So now, this is really cool. I'm so glad you guys are here. You guys are going on tour. You're celebrating your 20-year anniversary, and you're hitting the road. That's the best birthday gift for yourself.
It is. It feels really good. Back in the day when the guys were much younger, we could do that. We had done some of that.
I like how she said when you guys were much younger.
I never age.
Yeah.
Don't call it out if I do. But yeah, we had done some of that, and you kind of you lull for a number of years, and we're coming up to the 20-year mark, and we thought the longevity. We kind of looked around, and very few bands have the longevity, and so we said, let's do it. We kind of had talked about wanting to do it anyway, so we're like, let's make this a kickoff to do a 20-year anniversary tour, and at the same time, then we recorded and are re-releasing our very first debut album from 2006. So we're re-releasing that during the tour shows, and then it'll be out streaming after the tour.
And this is the first time since then, right?
We had burned copies of the original CD back in 2006, just
Yeah.
on my computer, on a little burner, and I had construction paper to like put in the CD jewel case. And do you remember when you had labels that you could print and then stick on? You had to get them
Yeah,
right the first
I
time.
do.
And so we only printed them or burned them as people had asked for them. And, maybe 100 went out at that time. But so those originals, if anybody has those original albums with the construction paper, bring them to a show. And they might be worth like $2.
If we sign them, $250.
You never know.
Right,
You never know. Just because it's old and you haven't heard it in a while doesn't mean it might not be worth something. You never know.
Right. So
Right.
we redid it to re-release, and we'll put it on streaming platforms after the tour.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. So you got some cool stuff you're giving to you guys are giving yourself for your birthday. You got presents and goals to look forward to. Now the tour, you guys are going to be gone about a month, right?
Yes, we all work and we all have careers that so we
Life
had to
happens.
space it out.
Yeah.
Brad, do you want to talk about the states or the cities or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Steph said, because we work, we have to space this out a little bit.
Right.
But we are going to be hitting it pretty hard. We're obviously starting with the hometown show, a hometown throwdown here in Rockford.
Stockyard.
Yeah, at the Stockyard Rock
Yes.
Bar.
That's
Yeah,
this Saturday, right?
April
Next
7th
Friday.
on Friday night.
Or
Yeah,
next Friday. Yeah, sorry. April 7th. It's going to be at the Stockyard in Rockford, Illinois.
that's right. And
And
then,
you guys got some killer bands that are supporting you. Who you got?
Well, let's just first talk about just who's touring with us. Going to every show across the states. We have Dystology. They're a straight up metal band.
Yes.
Those guys are good. David is an incredible vocalist, and I really wanted to have another singer on the tour that really mirrored what I do. Really clean,
Right.
strong vocals, no flat notes. But then right in the middle, we bring Kevin James with Marks of Grey with us.
Yeah.
And we just,
Yep.
I
They
mean,
were on here a few weeks ago.
yeah,
they
they
were.
were.
Yeah, we interviewed them a few weeks ago,
Yes.
and they were talking about the tour. So that's
and
really
they
cool.
are so good that
Yes.
we're so grateful that they're coming with us. And that that's tough for everybody to get all of the days off to go and travel. And we wrangled up 2 other bands to go with us. But that Stockyard show, also to mention that Ginger's band Aperture is opening for us there, and that's a great bookend to Marks of Grey, kind of those real brutal, heavy vocals, and then in between is David and I. Yeah,
And
so
I
it's a
think
good
that's a
lineup.
cool thing. That's a cool thing about this tour and how we approach it. Like Steph said, we've got a nice mix of vocal styles, but it's all very heavy. It's all very musical. Anybody that comes out to a show is going to have, I think, a great time and a real kind of variety night. But after we do the Stockyard, we're hitting Milwaukee, which is Steph's hometown. We're doing Iowa. We're doing Nebraska with our
Yeah,
boys.
you guys are
Flux and
bouncing
Mutt.
around a little bit in the northern Midwest.
That's right.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
our homecoming show.
A homecoming show in Minnesota at the What's Up in Mankato. We are so excited for that. We're going to have our original bass player, David Hannell, come up, play
Awesome.
a couple of songs with us.
Yep.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Mankato is incredibly special to us because that's where Solar started. And we played at the What's Up. I mean, at least 20 times, through the years that we were there. We had a fun thing where we did a tour T-shirt when we moved away from Mankato, just as a kind of a memento of living there. And the whole back of the tour is there's 14 dates just at the What's Up. So it wasn't much of a tour, but that was our tour. It was just the same place over and over again.
And bands around this region will know the What's Up. It is
Yeah.
a great, great rock bar. I mean, sticky floors, everything's black. The sound is great. It's loud. Oh, love that. place.
Beautiful. Oh yeah.
And
Dirty
Logan
Westy,
is the
the only way to
greatest.
do it. So that's all. I mean, you guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys are bouncing around the northern Midwest,
Yep.
and you guys are doing a lot, though. I mean, you're doing 3-4 shows a week.
Yeah, we've got 2, 4, 3, and 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The week's
I mean,
work,
you guys
yeah.
are just bam, we're jumping in. At least you're starting out with 2. It's a
Yeah.
slow start for 1 week.
And
Yeah,
we're
and
going.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
sorry.
Brad.
I was just going to say that stretch of 4 shows. I mean, we're doing Iowa, and then we're going from Iowa straight into Nebraska. We're going from Nebraska over to Minnesota to the What's Up, and then we're coming back down to Madison, Wisconsin to finish off just that short little run there, and that's day after
It's
day
one
after
big
day.
circle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're going into this with really good, family type relationships in our band. And, ask us again when we're back.
Yeah. See, how was everything? How's the family? See, and that's one thing I like to ask. I mean, how do you guys balance the family life with the music life, especially when you go on tour? Some of you have young kids, or significant others that are.
No young kids. No young kids here.
We all have dogs, though.
Yeah, we all have dogs. Yeah, I think the balance here is, balancing that we spaced out the shows, that we do runs and then come back. And that works. So there's not a lot of days off of work that we need to, but, as far as our relationships in the band, we all do have our own work and family life that, we're not together, constantly. We're not young either. So, I mean, I think we have really very healthy, mature relationships, and we do this as a release for ourselves, and that's what it means to us. And we, have a very nice bond together.
Yeah, the cool thing is this is a band that gets along. We all really get along.
You don't hear that too often.
Yeah.
I mean, they do. I mean, they do, but there's always just like, and there they go again.
And there's really that's the thing. There's really no underlying tensions. I mean, we all get along very well. We enjoy each other's company, but we're not, we don't live together. So we do.
Right. No, you got a life. I mean, everyone's got a life outside the, outside the music world. Everyone's got jobs, families, kids,
right.
Responsibilities.
Wouldn't you guys agree that if we have something we need to discuss, or I mean, I can count on less than one hand how many heated discussions we've had to have, or something, but we're always cohesive. It doesn't mean you break up.
That's a blessing.
Argue.
That is a blessing, though. That's awesome to hear that. It's rare to hear such positivity. I mean, I hear it, but like you guys are just like, it just doesn't really happen. So that's beautiful.
It just really doesn't.
That is definitely a blessing. Yeah. Let's see. Doug wants to know, what show are you really looking forward to playing?
Donovan, what show are you looking forward to playing?
Oh, man, I am actually really looking forward to getting up to the What's Up. I think that's going to be awesome to get up there again. It's been a couple of years since we've been up there.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice to see David again, and I think that's just going to be a good gig. The only thing I don't look forward to about the What's Up is the stair load in. But other than that,
yeah, they got stairs that go
ridiculous.
Going up or down? Up or down?
Up.
Up. It's horrible.
Metal stairs up the back.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't look forward to there. But other than that, I mean, and I say that, of course, I'm kidding. I love that place, and I'm actually really looking forward to that. So runner up, of course, is the Nebraska show is gonna be nice too, to see the boys in Flux Amok.
Yeah, that's right. The opening act for us. We brought them here. We met them at the What's Up. Brought them here to Rockford to play with us once, and then we've been trying to get back with them again. Larry,
this is a shout out.
Well,
get back at them.
I would have to agree with Donovan. The What's Up show is actually one I'm looking very forward to. The show the last show that they were talking about when Flux Amok came in happened to be one of David's last shows. And I never got a chance to meet the man. So I'm actually looking forward to sitting down and getting a chance to talk with him. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking forward to What's Up. So that's a good thing. There's going to be a lot of positivity, like exerting from you guys. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Stage presence is going to be explosive, I bet.
Oh, gosh. The Stockyard, because we have purposely not played for 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So that we could work on all this. And my gosh, this tour has been it's like planning a wedding and everything coming together in the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
Final steps. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's
I really needed this time to do it because we have done it all ourselves. So the Stockyard, I think, is going to really just unleash, because I'm ready.
I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice. Like, let's do it. I'll do it. I'll leave tomorrow. Let's do it. I get that. I can sense the positive. I love it. You guys are like, it's so energetic about it. Those are the kind of shows I love. And you can tell when musicians are moody sometimes when they come on stage. They have that more go fuck yourself look as opposed to a stage go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? It's just like they look like they're just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if I bleed. It's like, and we're like, do it.
For the record, sometimes I do give Donovan a go fuck yourself look, but that's all in fun.
That's from the heart, though. That's from the heart, Jonathan.
right.
And I'm sure many would agree with you on that. So what else you guys have been working on? You guys have been recording some new music.
Yeah. Besides we had done the first album. That's called First Light, by the way. You know, we're still writing the Oracle album that came out last year. And we are, you know, 4 or 5 songs deep into our 4th album that we're expecting at the end of this year. So we don't take a breath, really, but you can't, because I think, Brad, I'll kind of direct this to you. The creativity is just there when it's there. So if a song pops in your head, you're just going to record it and demo it, and then we do it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, we have actually been recording and releasing machines. The last 3 years we've recorded and released a new album every year. We just re-recorded our first album, and as we are doing that, we're also recording our 4th album. We have the first song and the first video for that album is already released. When you come out on this tour, you're going to see a brand new song that no one has heard, that hasn't even been recorded yet, that'll be on our 4th album. We were just actually running through it earlier tonight, and you know what? Sounds kick-ass. So, the cool thing about it is you're going to get 20 years worth of music from the very first song we ever played at our very first gig to the newest stuff that nobody's heard. It's going to be super cool.
Dude, how do you minimize for, like, I mean, you need a few hours, just, you know, if it's, I wouldn't be able to pick. I don't know, you know, it's like, okay, you know what, even if you have an hour, you know, hour and a half, you know, sets, like, dude, how do you narrow that down? I mean, how many songs are going to be on this next album?
Oh gosh, yeah, we go through that all the time. I'm like, well, I want to play this song. I don't want to cut this. I don't.
Right.
You know, this one is a great song. We don't want to cut it, but then you have to. You know.
Right. Yeah.
And I think we always feel like the newest songs, we're like, oh, that's even better than that one. Cut. You know, it's like we think they're better.
Right.
But we'll even rely on a lot of fans that come. Like, I'm trying to think. Like Jerry and Heather, they come and they'll let us know, like, I'm coming, I want to hear that song. And we'll say, okay, because that's what they want to hear. If they ask for it, it's going in the set.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, Stephanie writes our set list for every show. We're not one of those bands that goes out there and wings it. We want to be tight and precise and on it. And as a singer, and she's got an incredibly powerful voice, we have to think about her voice and what works the right way. Where's a good song to kind of ease back a little bit, because, you know, you can't be in 5th gear the entire time. Vocally.
Yeah, you definitely got to watch out for her. You know, there's only so much you can strain your vocals doing, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. But you guys are going, so you guys are literally, you just released a song actually too from your 4th album. And you just did that literally a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. March 10th, we dropped the video and released the song Deep Within.
Yes.
We had recorded that back in December or January, and then we did Tarek TV, or Light Minds Entertainment. He did our Come to Light video in November of 2021. So it was fantastic. So we call upon him again to do the Deep Within, and we had as we typically do, have a very specific vision about what we want, and he has been able to put that on screen. And so we did that in February. And then when it's done, you're just chomping at the bit to release it, because you can't wait to put it out. And so then we did. And
now do it. Yeah.
Right. And I didn't want to wait till it got later in the year for the album. So we're like, let's just drop it before the tour. And the thing, among everything that we're doing, we just dropped a new video. And so that was fun to do.
Yeah. It's chaotic schedule. It's like, dude, go, you know?
Yep.
And it's, you know, that's an awesome song. Now, what was the inspiration about that? I mean, the way I got it from it, it's about being strong and just like coming back, you know, like game on, bring it on, you know, like I'm ready to fight, you know.
This is Deep Within you have in front of you, right?
Yes.
I took inspiration. You know, a lot of people around me, they struggle with depression or anxiety or addiction, or whatever your vice is. And I took that thought and I thought, we are always constantly fighting to be positive and be more light. We're always fighting dark. And dark can be very enticing, and it can really easily consume you if you let the negative come in. So this song is really about a very sensual dance with your demons or the devil, and how exhausting that can be. Yeah. But you either keep fighting or it consumes you. And that's what that song is about.
It's funny you say that. I actually have a tattoo. I don't know. A lot of people see, I always have tattoos, but it's one of an angel dancing with, like a good angel dancing with a bad angel. Here, I'll even stand up and show you.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I see it. There it is.
All right, there's the devil. There's a double angel. There's the good angel. Dancing with My Demons.
Yes, and we often think
I'm fighting the good and the bad side of me.
Exactly.
Like, what side do I want to let out?
And the sensuality from that comes with, I think of like, do you remember the show? I can't remember that soap opera with Barnaby or whatever, or vampires or the devil. Like they're always enticing. It's alluring. And so, what was it? Dark Shadows. That's
Dark
what
Shadows,
it was.
Yeah.
How really enticing those inner demons can be to overtake you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it can. And I love the video. And we do have it. And we can play it right now for everyone if you guys are game.
Right on. Yeah.
All right, everyone. You ready to check out her newest release video? The band's newest release video, Deep Within. I'm going to get that up for you guys. Check it out.
My blood runs black with an insatiable urge. My thoughts polluted, consumed with lure. You're driving hard at me and begging to stay. Awake and anxious, riding the waves. Heart in me now. Hardens my soul. Harden me now. Hardens me cold. My face of stone just drags me down in this game. Please release me and come take your claim. I'll be devoured with no chance to obey. Entice me, it's nice, your pleasure's my pain. Harden me now. Hardens my soul. Harden me now. Hardens me cold. When you're coming, I'm in your head. When you're coming, it's deep within. When you're coming, I'm in your head. When you're coming, it's deep within. Harden me now. Hardens my soul. Harden me now. Hardens me cold.
That was awesome. Stop it.
No, thanks for playing that. That gave us a view.
You what?
I said, thanks for playing that. That gave us a view.
Absolutely. Now you can see from everyone else's point of view. There you go.
And how weird.
That was an awesome song. I love it. I love the guitar riffs. I mean, I love your stuff, your voice. Look, I mean, your face is just like bring it.
Yeah, you know, I
Ready.
felt that way during that song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it
you were
has
ready
that
to
vibe.
fight. Like that's it. I'm done. Let's do this. You know.
Mhm.
And that's an awesome song. You guys just released it 2 weeks ago. So how's that release been?
It's been incredibly successful. I mean, not only on the social media platforms, but I guess the response even offline that we've gotten from that. If we're out somewhere, other bands saying, "Who did the video? That looks really great. The lighting is great." And of course, Catsuit's gotten some attention as well. And I'm like, "Oh, I gotta wear it now before I can't wear
Well,
it."
yeah, of course
Right?
it's done. Now,
Right,
was
it's
it
been
was it
very-
easy to move in the cat suit, or was it like did you have to like stretch that bitch out?
Oh no, that was very flexible, like faux vinyl, $20 on Amazon.
No shit. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. You know, guys, you can pet the kitty for cheap.
I don't think anybody knows that we're
Or
in
I
the
shouldn't
video.
have said that.
Wait, the guys, you're in the video? What are you talking about?
So, but there's a couple questions that popped up just before I went to the video, and I wanted to get that played out there. You know, definitely, you know, that's an awesome song, and I can't wait to see what the next release is. But we'll get to that. Kristen did message. She wanted to know, what is your favorite song to perform?
Oh, Larry, you start.
Oh, I'd have to say probably "Come What May." That used to be a big
Huh.
challenge for me when we first started putting it together because I have a slight problem with my fret
You
hand.
have half a finger.
Little short there. So making the little guy work a little bit harder than he was used to. So it was a challenge for me, but that one's become a pretty fun one to play for me. So I think that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So, what was the biggest pain in the ass? Is probably one of the best things you've ever played, right?
Probably.
Define
We have-
irony. You know?
we have the most fun with that one sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Who's next?
Oh, I'll just throw out. I mean, there's so many that I love to play, but if off the top of my head, I would say the song "Oracle," which is the first song off of our last album, Oracle, which is, I mean, to me, I'm incredibly proud of that album from top to bottom. The songs are great, but that song just absolutely rips. The riffs are great. The vocals are great. It's got great melodies. It's got some harmony. That's just a ripping metal song to me.
I'm right there with you, Brad. Oracle has become one of my favorites to play live. The close second to that would be My Crown, also off the Oracle album.
That's a
But
good one. Yep.
yeah, both of those are thumpers. And you know, even knowing that I'm playing the drums and knowing the members in the band, anytime I hear that when I'm driving, I feel like I do 95 miles an hour when I hear My Crown.
You know what? You do that too. When you're jamming out to a song, you don't realize you're speeding. You're doing like well over 30. You're on that reckless side. You're just like, oh shit. It's like, wow.
I would echo that. My Crown, Oracle, very close second because it really drives. But My Crown, to perform it simply because that song, while it's titled My Crown, it's really about anybody hearing that song. It's about their crown. My crown is whoever is listening to it. And I always say, no one can take your crown away from you in your own kingdom, your own life. So I love performing it because if the crowd has never heard it before, there's always a response and engagement. They headbang with us. They wind up singing it back with us because it's pretty easy. You know, the chorus is just My Crown. So I love performing it because of the energy that comes back from those in the crowd.
Yeah.
Right. Well, when you feel a positive
energy
coming from the crowd, it pumps you. You know,
and that is a very
it's gonna add to all of your
song. Yeah, that song is all about having taking your own power.
Yeah. And that's a great song too. I mean, that's actually some really good choices on all of yours. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, especially with with one song being the hardest one to play, it turns out to be your favorite, the best one you're at.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Now you're driven at you're more tuned into doing the one that you don't want to do because you know you got to do it. You know.
Yeah, and on this tour, on most of the dates, Steph, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe all the dates, we are opening with Oracle.
Yeah.
And it is tough to play. So Larry and I, and I can't speak for you, Donovan, but as guys, you have to fret this stuff we have to warm up beforehand, because if not, I'm just going to fall off. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not super.
Do you
easy to
guys
get
have
right
some
into.
pre-stage rituals that you do before you go on, like 2-3 hours? You have this ritual that you guys just do either individually or as a group to kind of get yourself pumped or amped?
Guys?
Myself, I just stretch out. I mean, I am very prone to Charlie horses and the like. So I drink a lot of water and stretch like hell because I know it's going to be rough. As Steph said earlier, we don't mess around between songs. We go right into them, and there could be a bank of 3 to 4 that are bangers that you don't even have the chance to take a drink of water because you're going right into the next one. So
Yeah.
a lot of stretching and hydrate for me.
I agree. I would say the same thing. It's a lot of water, stretching, working out the hands. One thing that's very important to us is we play absolutely stone cold sober every time we play.
I don't
We do
hear
not
that too
drink
often.
before we play. We're professional about this. We want to give
That's
the
good,
best
though.
performance we can. Absolutely. And I mean, booze dries out your throat. It makes you lethargic. We don't want that. So just warming up, stretching.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's good. Do you
Steph?
drink anything special, like any teas or anything like that, to get your throat going, Christina? I said Stephanie. I said Christina, Stephanie. I'm sorry.
I think, yeah, I do have my warm up. I don't drink alcohol for 2 days prior to any show because I'll feel that on stage. About 45 minutes to 30 minutes, I'll start doing light warm ups. The do re mi it still works even from doing chorus in high school.
Yeah.
Do re mi is doing light warm up, soprano stuff, and then I'll start belting out notes at full power, maybe about 15 minutes before, just to open up the throat, and then that usually carries me through at least 90 to 120 minutes for a show if we have those that long. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever broken glass?
No. No,
See, that would be a goal for me. I'll be like, how high can I do it? I'll put like 4 glasses in front of me.
No, I haven't. I'm trying to think.
Which one breaks?
And I think and I drink warm water with honey and some lemon in it as well. I sip on that for about 45 minutes before we go up. And I would say those that know me, the soprano thing with the breaking glass, I generally have more of an alto too, if anyone knows that.
You get that? Yeah.
So, my high notes are, they're not sopranic. Is that a word?
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
correct. I get
Yes,
it.
it is now.
My voice.
Right. Yeah.
My voice is too
Right.
deep. There'd be no way I could hit a soprano. I'd be like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'll squeak. It's just not going to be.
Yes. I can do it like the falsetto, if I lead up into it, and I write the notes a certain way to lead up to that, but
Right.
I'm not going to sing an opera.
Yeah, Stephanie will also
we got a
say,
couple
"God,
of questions.
who wrote this?" You say she did.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
have
You
yourself
know,
to
if you
blame.
practice enough, you could be an opera singer. You never know. And then we got a couple of questions that have been popping up over here. Phil, you actually missed it. This was asked earlier. What venue are you guys looking to play? And what was the event? What was the show you guys the show you want to play that you're looking forward to?
Everybody said Mankato.
What's up in Mankato?
Just for Phil's sake, I'll say that. I'm looking forward to it. But one, Stockyard. That's our kind of our home. Ginger is a very dear friend and supports all local bands, the original scene. And he's just amazing. And we, it's been two and a half months since we played, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I do want to mention the Back Bar because that is our closing kind of celebration show that we're doing there. And Bob Kerman up there, Michael Bonner does sound, Narciso does lights. It's fantastic there. And they give us the opportunity to headline our own show up there for a closing party. For that night, it's going to be killer. We have 5 bands. So not only the 3 of our bands, Marks of Grey and Dystology, that are with us,
Right.
but we also have Convoy and So-Called Saints joining us on that show. It's
Absolutely
going to be,
love them. Yes, I've had So-Called Saints. I almost had Convoy for a show that was in the works, but just recently got canceled. So I think I actually did see them a couple of years ago, but yeah, you guys are definitely hitting it with some great bands. So, a lot of amazing musicians in this area, in the 815 area, the 312, 708, and I could go down all the damn area codes that are in this area.
And we will be playing at the Brower House too, which is a
yes, you guys are coming to Lombard, and you're coming on 420.
Yes, we are.
I did say that you coming to Brower House. Now it's Brower House is really close to me.
awesome.
Still definitely a really cool place. And I saw that you guys are there on 420. I'm like,
Yeah, Let Them Fight is opening that show. They're fantastic.
They are great.
Well, I think there's so many great bands like that. You only have so many shows to invite.
And it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
I feel that from a booking standpoint. From a booking
that was
standpoint,
very
I try
important
to.
to us. We wanted only great bands on this tour. You know,
And it's hard to narrow it down to the great ones too, because there's so many.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We also got Mona. She said, Tom wants to know how many new songs do you have for the next album, and will you be performing any during the tour?
Yes. In fact, the next album, there's already 4 written,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I think we've already got 4 ready. Yeah.
And Frantically Calm, we dropped out there a time or 2, but that's pretty new. And then Brad, if you want to mention the new one, Shifter.
Yeah, well, we have, Deep Within and Frantically Calm that Steph just mentioned. And the newest one I was talking about earlier is a song called Shifter, which is, it's one of those songs that when we wrote it, we thought, this is going to be pretty good. But the more we played it in rehearsal, it's like, that kicks ass. So we're pretty excited about it. It's slow, it's heavy, it's got a little bit of Slayery vibe, but it's really cool. So yeah, we'll be playing 3 brand new songs on this tour, as well as
Killer.
lots of other stuff.
And Shifter is absolutely brand new, and we don't haven't played it live. It's only a demo at this point. So
That's one way to find out.
That's right.
Just do it. You guys will be on stage. You'll be ready to walk off stage, and you're just like, hey, you want to try this one? Okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. One more encore.
No fear.
Yeah. So now you guys are also going through it. You guys are also, besides touring, you guys are also doing, writing your own music, but you guys are also part of the Grammy Awards.
We are. It took us a couple of years after moving here to even hear about it. Like, we weren't familiar.
Yeah.
And someone, we got a message a few years ago. Was it 3 or 4 years ago that someone sent a note and said you were nominated for a Grammy in hard rock metal original, and we're like, what's this? So we figured out how to sign in and become members, and so we did. And we did
Rockford Awards. Yeah,
and as expected, we're unknown, we're not going to win that, right? And then last year, we've been nominated every year since in multiple categories, and last year we won best music.
Best original music performance.
Performance. We won original performance, and we work hard at it. We put it out there, and we appreciate that recognition, because that is a very big piece of what we do, and we want to make sure that we are a step above when we do it.
Right.
And we are nominated again for this year. We'll be on the tour during that ceremony.
And when's that going to be?
That's the ceremony for the Grammys, and to mention that the Grammys are more important because they do the scholarships for the musicians.
Yeah, they do a lot of really cool stuff for the Rockford area.
So that's the most important
thing.
They
got a couple of different scholarships they do too. It's it's really cool. They help the kids. The kids who want to know more and just teach them in so many different aspects that are vital.
Right, and so it's not about the awards, and we can't even forget that it's going on. But so then that ceremony is April 21st, and we'll be in Dubuque playing that night. And we're really, we'll hear, one way or another, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, shit. Okay. My laptop just gave me a warning dying. And I'm like, oh, shit. Sorry. But yeah. So you guys are going back years now with this nomination. And they did stop taking the votes. I know, within the last week or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when do you guys get notified? Do you get a text?
Probably that night. Larry, when you agree that night, someone will let us know. And I think the idea is if we don't hear anything, we didn't win. So, and we'll be playing. So I don't think that it'll really be on our minds for that. But it was incredibly special to win that. And no one can take that away from us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you obviously grabbed heads last year, and it brought more attention to you this year. That's a blessing. Yeah. Every time you get acknowledgement, every time it's extra categories, girl, you're getting it. You guys are all doing it. You're doing what you got to do, and you're making it happen. Julie sent, "Who is watching the dogs while you're on tour?" Hi, Dad.
That's my daughter. Hi, Julie.
Hi,
Actually,
Julie.
we do have people watching our dogs while we're on tour.
From one day to another, probably too, right? The dogs are house
Yeah,
hopping.
and all of us are dog owners. Everybody in this band. So Donovan has
Right.
multiple. Steph and I have multiple. Larry's got a dog.
Oh
Good
wow!
question.
That's how many you guys got each?
Well, Brad and I, we have two.
One.
Yeah, I have two as well.
I have
Yeah,
one.
and it worked out perfect because we do a lot. We have done fostering and such at times, and so there's sometimes more in the house, and so it worked out perfect to do the tour. We don't have anybody else in the house except our two.
It worked out then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Valerie also did have a question too. She said, who, where are the most influential artists that have inspired you?
Steph?
Mine is so easy. I have been watching Bruce Dickinson, Iron Maiden, for years. He's a front man, so I can watch him. He doesn't play an instrument, so I can watch him and see what does a front man do that isn't holding a guitar. So influential as far as vocals, performance, pushing myself all the time, Bruce Dickinson, hands down. But I also watch any front man or woman that I can use to improve what I'm doing. Sometimes you kind of get stuck in your own stage moves. So I like to watch, I guess Arch Enemy or Nightwish. She does it too. Lacuna Coil, but Dee Snider, one of my favorite frontmen to watch for moves out there. It's not
That's
about
awesome.
singing like him. It's about improving performance
Yeah.
Do you drop that tongue?
as much as I can.
That's
That's
you
Brad's
got
move.
you got some inspiration. Show me the tongue. No, don't.
That's Brad's move.
Don't. I'm kidding.
Not
So,
doing it.
What
so,
about
I mean,
you?
that's a wide range of influence, though. So that's great. I mean, your stage presence can be all over.
Oh,
the
you know what?
place.
I can't let this pass me by without saying clearly. I mean, since I was a child singing Cyndi Lauper.
I
So
love Cyndi. I love Cyndi growing up too. Oh
she
yeah.
was vocally, performance. She was kind of punk. She was so good. She was everything that I wanted to be. She was fun. She was sexual. She was musical. She was beautiful vocals, pipes on her. She was everything I wanted to be.
And she still is.
And
Yep.
she still is. Yeah.
She still is. She's still killing it.
Yeah.
Cyndi.
All right. Sorry. You guys.
All right,
Okay.
I'll hop in here real quick.
All right.
I'll keep mine simple. My favorite guitar player of all time, and by far my biggest influence on the instrument, is the German guitar god Michael Schenker, who played with UFO, Michael Schenker Group. He's incredible. And I would say, as many bands, I love tons of metal bands, but probably the band that musically inspired me the most is a band called King's X. Criminally underrated band. I've seen them live 25, 26 times. Actually, they're going to be playing in St. Charles when we're on tour.
All right. We're gonna miss
But
it.
just a great band, great musicians, great melodies, just a really great band.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys?
I'll jump in. My over the years, I've had many influential drummers that I've really followed with, but in my later years, the late Vinnie Paul, I just absolutely loved everything he did, the way he played, everything about him. I can just leave it at that. And then Nigel Glockler from Saxon, another monster player.
Yeah.
That guy's a machine. Just very tasteful and just all around spectacular musician. So those two, I'd say, were probably my biggest influences. And obviously their bands would couple with those influences. So that's where I'm at.
That's awesome. And here you guys are. And the sound, their influences are blending awesome. I love the, I really want to try to figure out how to see you, where you guys are going to be in Illinois a couple of times though. So, and you're not going to be far from me either. So even if I miss Illinois, it's like, I could go over the border. It's not far.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a hop, skip, and a jump for some of them. I can't go to Nebraska, but I can get it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now you guys, I was going to ask you. Fuck it. I'll move on from that. More about the Rambling Wars. We can go on from that. That's all right. Let's see what else is new. Like Brad, you recently got endorsed.
I did. I recently earned an endorsement from SIT Stay in Tune Strings, which I'm incredibly proud of. It's a great product. I use them on all of my electric guitars, of which I own too many, if you ask certain people, and my acoustic guitars. So I'm very, very proud to be an endorsee of SIT Strings.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So are you going to be chucking them at people?
I will not. But I will be chucking guitar picks at them. I got my special Solar 20 guitar picks made and ready. And man, you can ask some of the people that are even on here, like Jerry Cole. I could hit Jerry in the forehead at 30 feet with a guitar pick.
You are a target, man. Jerry,
That's
you're a target. Your foreheads are like, bing, got you. Jerry says, ninja.
Ninja, that's right. He calls me the ninja.
That is funny as hell. So you guys are still working on your fourth album. Do you have an ETA on when you want to actually finish that?
You know, we hope for the end of the year. I mean, that's our target. It always seems like when we get into it, we're kind of rushing at the end, and you know, I feel like we've done February, March, and April every single time to actually really. But our goal is the end of the year. But it really comes down. We already have a full schedule for 2023 booked beyond the tour. So
right.
Yeah.
So you guys, do you have any plans after the tour? What do you plan on doing when you come back?
Well, we've got. I'm not sure what's been announced. We're going to be playing Rock House at the end of May. Give it some space, you know, from the tour. Take a break. We're playing in. Brad and I are doing an acoustic show, a festival in June, and then we have July in DeKalb. And you know, one thing I'll mention. This is a good segue on the tour, which we have not announced yet. I'm going to drop this once I get Larry's picture. We are raffling off a Solar played, not a Solar guitar, a Solar played, our band played bass guitar as part of the memorabilia that's going to be at the tour show.
Awesome.
Because we have memorabilia of 20 years.
Right.
So we are raffling off a bass guitar that Larry's played in the band for raffle tickets, and all proceeds, 100% of the dollars are going to the Rock to Stop 22 veteran organization. And so we play their show every year. It'll be 5 years that we have played their show in August. So that with Larry and Brad are both veterans. So that organization is very special to us. So that bass guitar is going to go to a winner on the closing night at Back Bar. You don't have to be present to win, but you do have to be present to buy a ticket at any tour show.
That's good.
Yeah. So we're really excited to announce that.
That's awesome. So you guys got some cool stuff you're giving away on the tour. Do you know, can you release which city you're going to be doing that in? Or is it just going to be like a sporadic, we'll do it tonight kind of thing?
Every show.
Every show, you're going to be giving something away.
Every show, we're going to be selling raffle tickets from the very first one to the very last one. On the very last show, we're going to autograph the bass at the end of the show, and we're going to draw for the raffle.
That's cool.
And so we're going to Nebraska and you win it, we'll ship it to you.
We will make sure it gets there. Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. So just buy that ticket. And can they buy the tickets online or no, you said they have to be in person. They have to come to the show.
At the show.
Yeah. So you guys got to be there if you want to win those tickets to the signed guitars, everything that they're doing. And I agree with Bradley. Gentlemen, thank you for your service.
And I will be playing that bass at every show, so people will be seeing it played.
Yeah.
Cool. And when it's done, it's the final prize. The final prize for the raffle. That's awesome. Yep. And you guys are going to sign everything every time.
Yep.
Good. That's the way it should be. Have fun with it. People love extra incentives. It's when the bands give back.
Yeah, and there's a nice reward there because we want people to come to the shows. You have to come to the show to buy the ticket. But raffling that off, giving it away, that benefits the Rock to Stop 22 organization, and that's the most important thing. Right.
And I'm very big on the veterans. I'm an auxiliary member. My dad's a vet. And I can never say that enough. I'm so proud of him. And I love everything you guys have done and stood for. Selfless, very selfless, and that's amazing. Mad respect.
My mom is a Marine, so you guys see where I get it from, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, always barking those orders at us.
It's a strong woman. Absolutely. Stand up.
Absolutely. Wouldn't want it
The
any
smaller
other
they
way.
are, the more you got to watch them. They get crazier.
Truth.
I know I've seen it. About half my best friends are 5'2" and under. I'm just like,
Well, yeah.
I'm chill compared to a lot of my friends. So, all right. So you guys are doing an amazing thing for your 20th anniversary. Do you, you're releasing possibly and hopefully the next album by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And you just released your new video, Deep Within, which is an awesome song. Do you have an estimate or an idea of what song you're going to release again and when?
Ooh, like a second single? I'm not sure. I think the next would be to get our collection of songs and see which ones should be the a second single that goes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Yeah.
And also, I just want to mention again that available on the tour will be our first album, which has been completely re-recorded, First Light. So I'm excited for people to get out and pick that one up because that's a lot of that classic music that we started with. And that's going to be available. So we're pretty pumped about that too.
Yeah. Right now, between now getting First Light out there with First Light, Radiance, and Oracle, we should do a sale on a box set.
Let's do
We
a
should sell it as a
box
box
set.
set.
Let's do it.
That's it. Done. See, it just happened. There you go. Now they got another one. They got a box set coming your way. You're gonna get this coming up. I guarantee you, they'll probably come up with more after this broadcast. After the
Probably
interview.
will.
Probably.
I'm writing a song right now.
That's when it starts going. Once you think of one thing, a million things start flying.
Well, I think it was last practice. Larry came in with the idea of raffling off a bass guitar, and we're like, "Oh, that's a great idea." And then Brad's like, "What if we just put the money to a donation to the Rock to Stop?" We're like, oh. So yes, these ideas, they just flow, and that just keeps coming.
See, they got a lot of gifts to give back, not just a beautiful stage performance, new music, old music, 20 years of celebration, and they're spending it with all of you, and it's going to be all over the northern Midwest. So if you're from Central Illinois, even past Nebraska, south of us, but a little more west, from the east, you can drive 3-4 hours. It won't kill you. It's getting warmer. Chicago gets lighter.
That's right. That's right.
It's not dark as often, so you'll be all right. Come on out. You guys, do you have any advice to all of your fans, or what can they? I don't know. Anything you can say that for them to keep an eye open for? What's coming up? Any secrets you want to?
I don't have advice. We always kind of chuckle when we see the younger ones giving life advice on Facebook. I haven't figured out life. How can I give life advice? But I think maybe I will give one plug, Fran, if you don't mind.
No.
I've got my uninvited shirt on tonight. Becca B. In the
What's up,
uninvited.
Becca? Yeah.
I want to just say I can think of 4 women in our local area that do original rock metal music. Becca and I are the only ones that do 100% original. And Emily From Ashes to Embers, and Tasha with Let Fate Decide. There's so few of us that would be my, get out there. We need more women doing this.
Yeah.
We rock just as hard as the guys do. And we have a place on that stage and we can own it.
Yeah. And I've seen all of them play. I haven't seen you play. So goals.
Lombard.
Goals. I haven't seen you guys play. Becca, when the first time I met her, I didn't even know it was her. She's like, she's so cute. Becca, you're adorable.
This huge voice comes out of her. Yeah,
she's just like your friend. I'm like, I know your face. I knew I recognized it, but I was used to seeing her with pictures with glasses on. And when I met her, she didn't have it on. I was just like, oh my God, you're adorable. And it was just,
and that it's bonding. We have a very nice friendship because of the music. And being women, a very small group of women that do this.
Right. Yeah. And she's got her own thing that she does Tuesday nights now.
Yes.
And I'd love to go into details, but then it counteracts what I'm about.
Right.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm sure she gets it. I'm sure you guys get that too. So it's like, it's all right. Let's see. Tiffany, we'll get in some last minute comments so so you guys can hear from everyone. The OG songs are awesome. Everyone needs a copy of that CD.
Yeah, because there's a handful of people that are on this interview, and that still come to see us play that were there 20 years ago with us.
Yeah.
And so
they watched you guys evolve.
Yeah.
And they've watched us evolve. I was 20, we were all 20 years younger, and your influences maybe are the same, but your improvements and your development have they change over 20 years. And So that CD that's going to be re-released here, the first CD from 2006, is very special to a lot of people that still come to see us, and my family, friends, all of us. So,
And how much have you guys? How much do you think you've changed since you guys first debuted 20 years ago?
I think we've changed a lot, and I think Stephanie, you would agree with that. I think musically, performance-wise, a lot of it we've really changed. I mean, I think we were always about the songs. The songs were really the most important thing. And again, we're going to be playing songs that we played at our first gig this year. And the songs are still really good and they've really held up. But I think our performance has gotten better. Our writing's gotten better. We've gotten heavier. I mean, Steph, what can you add to that?
Yeah, I would agree. I think you continue to evolve and you adopt new influences, and you watch new things, and that changes how you perform. And my writing has changed. When I was 20 something back then, I was maybe writing a little bit more about more emotional things, and now I'm writing about dancing with the devil and things.
Adulting, that's a whole different level of thinking.
Right. Yeah. I write a lot about social things.
Right.
So you won't hear a lot of love songs in what Solar does. Solar, it's always, the name says it, like solar is kind of everything under the sun and equality. And
I was going to ask that too, and I just kind of lost myself talking about your music. I mean, how did you come up with the band's name? What's the story behind that?
Oh, Brad?
Well, I can tell the first part, and Stephanie can kind of elaborate on it. Honestly, I wish I could tell you that the genesis of the name of the band was something really deep and cool and thoughtful, but it was two guys in a basement in Minnesota in January, freezing our asses off. And what can we name our band? And well, I'm from Arizona originally. I said, how about Solar? Because I'd love to have some sun right now. I really want to get out of this.
You need some sun up that ass. You do.
That's right. So that is where it started.
It's
but
cold.
it has evolved, Steph.
Yeah, I mean, it evolved because I mean, immediately when I'm not a founder, when I show up, I'm like, oh, this name says it all, because everything we write is really about social issues, inclusiveness, equality, bringing everybody back to each other, finding common ground. So Solar, and even you'll hear it in our music. So Solar, the sun touches everybody, inclusivity, and so on. But even in our songs, whether it's hard rock or metal, or sometimes this element of straight rock, everything we do still has a brightness to it. We're not doom metal, we're not brutal, we're heavy, but so there's always a brightness to what we do. And I think the Oracle album especially captures that. So even if it's hard rock, it's still bright. And that really, Solar seems to, I even thought the other day, I said to Brad, if we're going to rename our band, what would it be? And we're like, nothing fits. It's just Solar.
Yep.
And but it heats that ass up when you're feeling a little chill, and
I can't wait for
it represents the band and everything you stand for and believe in. See, that's awesome. Is it more than one use for that?
Yeah.
There you go, Brad. You made that happen.
Right on.
You guys, it's been a lot of fun meeting you. Congratulations on your 20th anniversary tour.
Thank you.
And it's everyone, you got to check it out. Their first show again is April 7th. They just dropped a new release called Deep Within, which is an awesome song about strength and just like ready to take on the next challenge. It's awesome song. Looking forward to the album drop. And when that happens, please, Stephanie, hit me up, send me a link. Get that up there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. You guys are going to kill it. Enjoy your tour. Looking forward to everything. Do you have, not so much do you have, where can they find anything if they want to look you up or buy your merch, check you out?
Everything's on every streaming platform that you can go to. Radiance and Oracle are up there. First Light will be up there right at the end of the tour. YouTube has it, Amazon, anywhere you can possibly click on should have the Radiance and the Oracle album on it.
And also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and it would be wonderful if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'd be great.
And we want to see you at the shows.
Be at the shows.
Yes.
Rock with us.
Support local music, wherever that is.
Yes,
local music is not
please.
just in your town, it's everywhere. And there's amazing talent all over the place, especially in the Midwest, baby. I'm just saying. Midwest is just combing with it. You guys, again, thank you so much for being here. It's been an
Thank
awesome
you.
show. Looking forward to you guys coming through. Hopefully, I'll be able to grab a show. I work 3 jobs, all different shifts besides Savages. I miss so much. I hate it. I really do. It drives me nuts. But, you know, sometimes I surprise people like, I made it. And then I don't remember the rest of the night. It's So it was a good night. That's how I see it. Everyone, look forward to get those tickets. Check them out. They are going to be in Rockford to start the night off. And it'll just begin. You guys are going to come back and you're going to be ready to go for the next one. I can't wait for the album to drop.
Absolutely.
Everyone, you have a beautiful night.
Great.
Thank
Thanks, Brennan.
you.
Thanks for having us. And thank you to
Absolutely.
Star Buddies of Metal.
Absolutely. And we loved having you guys. So mad love and respect.